YouTube, what the Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai crap is going on? Welcome back to the Boshin War, where my saga continues. It's quite a saga. I'm not even going to keep going down there because I'm already laming it out. So, yeah, this is where we left. Got the Satsuma down here. I have actually played this whole episode. And I actually saved, let me show you. So, and I want to ask you a couple of questions here. So, I actually saved the games on this campaign, like in each episode. You can see there I got Saga 1, Saga 2, Saga 3, rather than just like one save file like I did in the past, which actually works out good, because this time when I recorded the next episode, I've actually recorded 8, but my broadcasting software corrupted the file somehow. Like I think I maybe closed it before it was finished rendering or something, and it just turned out bad and didn't work. So I've already actually saved the game, but I was like, you know what, I don't want to just skip forward because there's some fun stuff there. So I don't know if it'll happen the same as it did last time. But I wanted to ask you all, would you like it if I don't know how I could do it. Maybe I could go to like a file share site. Whenever I play a campaign, would you all like it if I put my save files out there for you all to download? So you know you could play my own campaign, like the one that I have going. So like you could play it, tell me how it went whenever you played it, all that kind of stuff. Is that something you'd be interested in? Let me know in the comments. If it is, then we'll check into it and see what I can do for you. But yeah, so I'm gonna play the episode again. We'll see if it happens. Like it did before. I won't tell you exactly what happens. That way, in case it happens again, it's a surprise. I've got a rebel stack here, tormenting the Tosa, though I don't expect that it'll probably cause any horrific amount of damage. I'm gonna pull this fleet over and bombard the rebels here, and then that way, if they come out and attack me, I also get naval fire support. I'm a couple of turns away from my first parrot guns, which is pretty awesome. And then from a research standpoint, I'm trying to get the training camp so that I can get to the firing range or whatever it is that's going to give me even more awesome benefits. And then I'm building this trade port, or the American trading, whatever it is. Yeah, something or other. American trade, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm building it, the foreign trade port, whatever it's called, where I'm going to be able to trade with the Americans. Trying to see what I should spend my money on this turn. We got some different options. Got this fleet with my admiral sailing down here. We could do some work at Buzin, so we might as well. Let's go ahead and well, I could upgrade all the way to municipality. I don't need to upgrade to the citadel yet either. I'm gonna go ahead and build a traditional dojo here though, in case I need some of those traditional troops. And I'm gonna go ahead and build that Yakuza office as well, or Yakuza or whatever it is. It's just gonna give me some more money and everything. It's not gonna hurt. Let's check out my agents, see if I've got any that need to be. Yep, we got a Ishin Shishi with upgrades here. Let's just upgrade him down this line. Geisha. Okay, none of the geisha have upgrades. As far as my armies go, no, not clans, not objectives, armies. There you go, Air. Okay, we're all good there. Let's hit my clan management real quick. Family and council. We can't assign these guys. I gotta be more famous before I can assign those to office. And we've got a couple of sons that are growing older now too, so good. Let's go ahead and end this turn. Still making really nice financial profits here, like windfall type profits each turn, which is great. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna train some of you want me to get my daimyo an up-to-date army. Absolutely, I'll train him an up-to-date army down in Satsuma, and then sail it up to him, or march it up to him, one of the two. So it looks like the rebels are going to come out and attack me, which that's all good. Let's fight these guys and take them down. Yeah, with the parrot gun and the naval bombardment, I'm expecting that this is going to be an absolute slaughter against the rebels. They don't have much, I mean, they have a lot of troops, but yeah, I mean, you know how the AI is, and then like I said, with the cannon and everything else, it's going to get rough. It's not going to be easy street for them. I really like this game. It is a lot of fun. Whole lot of fun. I think Shogun 2 for me, I enjoyed it a ton when it came out, and I still like it. Whenever Rome 2 came out, I probably grew a little more distant from it for a while because even though Rome 2 got released in like a bad state, I just really wanted to like Rome 2 so bad because I like that time period. So I think that was a frustration point for me. Like I had all these bugs and stuff wrong with it, but I just really stuck with it. And a lot of people are like, I should just go back to Shogun 2. And it's like, I'm not going to just give up on a game like that. Shogun 2, though, really is a magnificent game. It's got its issues. The AI is not too brilliant. It's not too brilliant in any Total War game for that matter, but it's not very good. But I think in some ways the AI is better on Rome 2 and Attila for like open field battles and stuff like that. But that's a small thing in my mind. It is a big thing, and Attila's got some campaign enhancements that I really like as well, like a lot. But again, those two games for me, multiplayer eventually in Rome 2. So once they finally hit the Emperor Edition, the multiplayer in Rome 2 for me got to be fun. Now I know that some of the more competitive players actually feel the opposite. They really like the patch 14 or whatever it is, but I actually hated that because it was too much like Attila in the sense that it was like 2 or 3 minute battles. It was too fast. Melee cavalry was too strong. Like and you look at Attila, and that's exactly the problem. Or whoops, I don't want to move. That's exactly the problem with Attila right now in my mind. It's like the cavalry is just too OP. Melee cav is, and even shock cav is pretty ridiculously strong. So I really like the fact that, and Shogun 2 wasn't perfect. It had to get some patches. I remember like the machine gun matchlock monks and all kinds of stuff that was absolutely insane. Heavy gunners before they got patched. Holy crap. And then some of the other interesting units. So I'm not sitting here saying that Shogun 2 was some infallible perfection of a game, because it was not. I'm just stating it was a great game, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I feel like that out of the last 3 releases, when you take a look at like Attila, Rome 2, and Shogun 2, there's really no argument that Shogun 2 was the best release. Now, is it your favorite game? That's a different question. I still like Rome 2 better than Shogun 2 because I like the time period, but I mean, Shogun 2 really was a better release and offers an overall, like better experience as far as it runs better on the computers, the units are better balanced, the campaign has a lot of stuff that sometimes even Rome 2's campaign lacks. It's interesting in that respect. It has the multiplayer is much more fleshed out than the Rome 2 or Attila as far as kind of maps, game modes. The maps had a lot better thought into it. That was actually something that I was pretty excited about whenever I was watching the Total War Arena event. Now, I'm not real psyched about free-to-play, and some of you get upset at me. Well, not really upset. You question why I'm not excited about I just don't like free-to-play games. If given the option between a free-to-play game where you're going to nickel and dime me to make your money off of it, or if they're saying, well, we got to do that because we need to make more money off games, I'd rather just pay like even $100 for a game that's finished and whole, and I don't spend any more money on it. Now, Aaron, what about DLC? It depends. Obviously, I wasn't real thrilled at which the speed of the DLC coming out in Attila, and then also the refinement of the DLC was not up to snuff, in my opinion. We almost got a naval bombardment coming here. Yeah, so the DLC in Attila should have been refined better. It should have been released more slowly and more methodically with patches and stuff to come along with it. I totally agree with you all. You might be saying, well, what about DLC? I don't mind buying add-ons to a game, so it's not that piece of a free-to-play that bothers me. It's just that the idea of it is nonsensical. It's not free to make a game. It's just not. You can make it free to play, but they have to make money off of it. It's going to be ad revenue, it's going to be cosmetics, it'll be pay to win, and not all of them are pay to win, I understand. But I'm just saying it's got to be one of those things, and why not just charge me for the game up front and let me buy it? And some people are like, well, I don't have the money for it. Again, I get it. I'm not saying that everybody's just got a crap load of money to spend on games. Stuff's expensive. Today's world is expensive. But, it's something to me that it just... I guess, man, when you go back and you look, I think we're getting off easy. Do you all know how much a Nintendo game cost in like the early 90s? It was like $50, maybe more. And, that was a Nintendo game, like an 8-bit game system. And that was in the 1990s when money was worth more. You're talking about a substantial difference in the cost of some of these things. And I fail sometimes to understand why. I don't know. So to me, it was more expensive to buy games back in the day. They've never been cheaper, I think, in some respects. Again, though, I'm not trying to say that. The thing I like about free-to-play games, let's say maybe you're a teenager at home, and you don't have a job yet, and your parents aren't just going to dish out money for you to get games, hey, free-to-play games, great. I don't have a real good computer, it'll run, great. Again, I just don't want the whole industry to go that way. Does that make sense? I mean, like a lot of y'all are telling me how much you like Dota and League of Legends. Great, man. I'm glad you like it. Obviously, there's a huge following of it. I mean, I've got a buddy at work who plays it, him and his sons, they love it. And there's huge tournaments with big prize pools. I mean, it's like, obviously, there's interest in it. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't want to see games go that way. It's a personal preference. If you disagree with me, hey, it's all good. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, when I was looking at Arena the other day, I have mentioned the things that frustrate me, so I kind of want to talk for a minute while I'm playing this campaign, and you can just watch the campaign in the background if you don't want to pay attention to me. But yeah, I mean, some of the things that I saw that I liked, the maps seemed to be really well thought out. They were interesting. They had interesting terrain points, like choke points, forest. It's really good to see that coming back into a Total War multiplayer. The maps in Shogun 2 were so good in comparison with like Attila. Now, you have a lot of options in Attila and Rome 2 because you can kind of pick from anywhere in the campaign map, which was neat. It's just that the maps were like specifically designed with multiplayer in mind. And I liked it, and the key buildings were neat too. And so when you look at Arena, they've got bases now, and there's like guard towers and stuff like that on the field. That is really interesting, and it's going to create some dynamic gameplay, and it's going to really force people to consider strategy and teamwork and all that stuff. I really, really like that. I think it's an excellent move. I haven't played the game yet. Hell, look at this, the Satsuma abandoned Imperial cause. So we're going to have to kill the Satsuma. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some things about Total War Arena that look good to me, and I'd like to give CA props for those things. It's good to see them going that direction. Some of you may think that because I've been a little bit pessimistic about Arena that I hate it or I'm not going to play it or something like that. No, none of that's the case. I'm just pessimistic because of the last few releases that I've seen from the games. I hope it's great, and I can't reiterate that enough. I want it to be fantastic. If it's fantastic, that's great. I'll sit on here, we'll play Arena, we'll have big events, we're going to have a grand old time. And I absolutely look forward to that. But, you know, just like with any Total War game, you know, I was a little pessimistic going into Attila, too. And I actually got to play it ahead of time. And even playing a game ahead of time, you can't always tell exactly what it's going to be like because you may not get a ton of time to sit down with it or really feel it out. It takes time to play a game. You have to kind of see what meta games develop. All that kind of stuff plays in. But so yeah, there's things. The other thing I thought that was really cool about Arena was the sight mechanic, like the vision mechanic. Your units had very limited vision, and like heavy infantry, for instance, would have even more limited vision. So cavalry and scouting with cavalry play a huge role. Really like that. It's something that was kind of introduced in Rome 2 and Attila, which was a good introduction. So again, they introduced something new, but then they took away other stuff, like taking away the key buildings, taking away the good multiplayer maps. The replayability of Rome 2 and Attila in multiplayer just was not as high as it was in Shogun 2. Now, but Rome 2 still gets a lot of attention to its credit, which is good. But you know, it just in general, the replayability was not as high without those reasons to come back to the multiplayer like you had in Shogun 2. And it looks like Arena is going to offer that as well. It's going to offer you a reason to come back because you're trying to level up, unlock new troops, all that kind of stuff. So it should bring back, I think, that type of feel that Shogun 2 had. So I think that's a good thing as well. I don't want a game where I'm going to have to grind for thousands of hours online. But if it doesn't require like that much play and it can still be fun, if you get a good matchmaking system where it'll make fun matches for people, again, I think that it could be very good, and I think there's positives about it. Let's just say this. Despite my skepticisms, I was pleasantly surprised with what I was seeing in the event that they had in Germany. And that's on Twitch. You all can go watch it back again if you want. So yes, I was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. I think that there is potential good in it, and I hope it's good, but I think that we as a community need to stay on CA's case, not because we hate them, not because we're chewing at them or anything else, but because we want to drive them to make that game successful. They want to be successful. That's good. Let's stay behind them. Let's drive them to that. Let's remind them, hey, you know, this stuff in Rome 2 and Attila that we got mad at, you're not doing that again. We want you to improve it this time. And so let's just keep kind of driving that home would be my suggestion at that point. Anyway, enough talk about that. I'll talk more about the campaign here. We've got stuff to build. I'm going to go ahead and build an inn. they have a police station here. I'm going to leave it because I want to be able to train plenty of Ishin Shishi. So that'll be good for now. I recruited some new agents down here. Okay. Hyuga. Hope y'all didn't mind me going off on that. I've talked about Arena a lot lately, and I apologize if you're getting sick of it. I just want to give you my thoughts because it's new, and you may be wondering what I think. Or you don't have to care what I think, for that matter, either. I just want you all to know that. Like, for instance, if I get on here and I say, oh, I don't like League of Legends, or I don't like Dota, don't take it offensively. If you like that game, man, go play it. Play the crap out of it. It's what you like. I'm just sharing an opinion as a YouTuber here, and if you all disagree with me, feel free. And a lot of you do in the comments, and that's fine. Yeah, I'm never going to kick you out of the comments or something because you disagree with me. I'm totally used to people disagreeing with me on stuff. It's not a big deal. That's part of being a grown-up, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean, if you like free-to-play and you're excited about this, hey, don't let me rain on your parade with my pessimism. Go out and enjoy it. And like I said, I hope it's great. I'd love to spend hours on there with you all and get some awesome battles to put up on YouTube. It would be a ton of fun. So like I said, I want it to be good. I'm just not going to believe it until I see it. But it doesn't mean that I won't believe it even when I see it. If I see it and it's good, yeah, I'm happy. I'm all about it. And we'll play it and we'll cover it. But yeah, that's the reason why I've been the way I have about it. Hopefully that, like I said, hopefully that makes sense. We're going to upgrade this to the American Trading District so we can recruit U.S. Marines. It'll take 10 turns to get there, but it'll definitely be worthwhile. I'm going to go ahead and recruit some Imperial Infantry as well. And I'm going to recruit another foreign agent so that I can make my recruiting cheaper here. So we got that done. We've built a few more important buildings. We can probably just go ahead and end another turn. I'll tell you what we should do, though. I need to, as soon as they announce when Arena comes out, what I will do is try and, if it's at a time when maybe I can get some time off of work, I'll see if I can get a day off and really do kind of some in-depth playthrough and review with you all to see what you think. Now, the good thing is, from a if you want to try it standpoint, that is one good thing about a free-to-play game. You don't have to pay and then decide you don't like it. So, gotcha in that respect. Definitely give you that. So, I mean, but what I'll do is maybe see if I can take some time off and we'll really delve into it and get some time with it, and just we'll see how it is. And what I'll do, my role, is to if it looks like it's going to be pay to win or something else like that, you know, hey, I'll get on there and I'll spend some money to see what it is you can buy. Does it make a difference, so that you all can determine whether or not you feel like it's set up right. I guess that's part of reviewing stuff. I've sometimes bought things that I may or may not have bought on my own, but I got a duty to review it with you all, I feel like, and so that's what I would do. Well, I can get even another veteran up here. I don't need one just yet, so we'll hold off. Imperial Infantry. Yeah, so we're just going to keep cranking out some Imperial Infantry. Yeah, we're going to get in a nice fight with the Satsuma there. That's going to be fun. Let's take our Navy around and see if they've got any kind of Navy here. I'm just going to guard my port here. Actually, I wonder if we can get within... Yeah, we can bombard Osumi. There we go. Hit a stronghold and a barracks. So that'll hurt. The Tosa are away, but I'm going to let them kind of filter away a little further and then incite a revolt to see if maybe we can snag that province real quick. And we'll see how that works. I've got some money left, so we might as well spend it on something. Let's go ahead and upgrade the tenant farms. What do we got here? And go to a trading port too. And then maybe we can upgrade the clay pits next time. We'll just keep upgrading stuff that's going to help drive the economy here for our faction. Oh, look, we're going to get bombarded at Satsuma. I was curious whether or not the Satsuma had a navy, and they do. No peace treaty, thanks. I'm good. What other games are you all excited about this year? So I've talked about Arena a lot. What else is getting you excited? Obviously, you heard my little bit of frustration about the changes they're making to Battlefront. It won't necessarily be a traditional Battlefront like we know. I'm excited about Halo 5, even though I'm a little bit like they finally fixed the multiplayer and the Master Chief Collection, so I'm having fun with that, and I'm very excited about Halo 5. I really liked the multiplayer beta on Halo 5. It was very different. Like it was definitely, and recently I haven't been as big a fan of different in Halo. I kind of just like the classics. But the good thing is we have the classics now, the Master Chief Collection. And Halo 5 is very different, but I enjoyed it thoroughly, so I'm curious to see where that goes. And then I'm trying to think about other games. Star Citizen, I don't think it releases till next year, but I'm very curious about Star Citizen 2. I'm usually a little bit skeptical of those like giant time-consuming games, which I'm sure that one will be, but I mean the graphics really look nice for a game of that variety. I played Freelancer back in the day, which may have been some type of predecessor to Star Citizen, and it was, man, I enjoyed it thoroughly. That was actually the first game that I ever really played online on a computer. Yeah, I dialed in my 56K modem, which I was pretty proud to have a 56K modem. Made me feel like I was running at high speed. So just to give you all an idea. So yeah, I'd dial into the internet on my 56K modem and listen to all the noise and everything while I was dialing in. And yep, that was the good old days of online gaming. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've heard of. Kingdom Come Deliverance looks very interesting. It has a lot of swearing in it. I've played the alpha, and I thought about putting it on my channel. And I know some of you obviously don't care about swearing. I don't swear. At least I try not to, obviously. And again, it's not something that I'm holding against other people. If you do, it's not like I'm going to kick you off the channel or something like that again. So I just don't do it because I try and offer, like a lot of gamers do swear. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying I'm offering you something different. So I'm going to be myself here. And the game has a lot of it, which to me just kind of gets on my nerves. Because, you know, I don't mind if there's a swear word or something in the games. It's whether it just kind of gets to be overused. But I will say this, the Kingdom Come, so Warhorse is the studio that's doing Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's a crowd-funded game. And despite my disagreement with the language they decide to use in the game is really interesting, and they're doing some very interesting stuff with it, and they appear to be very innovative game designers, and I've watched a lot of their videos. It's going to be like an RPG, like a medieval, it's supposed to be in like medieval Czechoslovakia, I think, something like that. Very, very interesting looking game with some very good potential. If it turns out being good, I've bought the alpha, which means that I bought in to their crowdfunding, which means I'm going to get a copy of the game when it releases, and I'll definitely check it out, and that's something else I can potentially show you on here. So that's another game that's going to be interesting, and it seemed like someone showed me, and I can't remember the name of it now, but there's another kind of Total War-esque type of game that's being developed, and it looked kind of interesting as well. So anyway, just another little discussion there. Tell me all in the comments what you all are thinking. What games have got you excited right now? So I'm just kind of curious to see what you all think. So, like I said, I know not everyone is going to like the same games as me, and that's perfectly okay. Okay, so I'm bringing my line astern around behind the enemy ships, my chitin line. I'm going to actually disband this group real quick and go ahead and just start sailing forward here and here. Right now the AI is still, as soon as I get within cannon range though, they'll turn. I'm just gonna keep sailing forward with my Kasugas. Okay, the AI is getting ready to face me, so I'm gonna actually other way, turn the other way. There we go. I'm gonna pull in here. We're gonna get this guy switched over, rapid reload. I'm gonna halt with that ship and then just unload there. And we're gonna need to peel off this way and open fire here. I'm gonna keep trying to push in. They're gonna fire on my general here, which is, oh good. They fired at my chitins first. I'm going to keep pushing in with my chitin class, and this is going to give me a chance to open up with my Kasugas over here. Oh my gosh, my general's going to eat some heavy, heavy fire there. That was bad. Switch to exploding shot again here, rapid reload. Try and unload as much damage as we can. Oh! That did not happen the last time I recorded. Got an unlucky hit there and my general exploded. That is actually extremely unlucky because the AI is using solid shot. The likelihood of getting explosions not terribly high, so the AI got extremely lucky there. You guys should all be firing explosive shot. Thank you. I'm still going to win this fight, it looks like, with relative ease. You're turning too much. Bring her about just a little bit. Alright, got to keep all my ships, make sure I got a good firing line. So we're starting to drive back the enemy ships. So unfortunate that my admiral got exploded there. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm not going to redo the whole episode just to change that. The AI likes to get its little crap sometimes, and they got it, so good for them. Okay, yeah, they're going to get absolutely hammered. Now, it's funny that I've been using explosive shells and their ship didn't explode, but you saw my... Now, don't get me wrong, my general took a fair number of cannonballs there, but still, I mean, just... that was pretty irritating, but I can live. We're doing good enough. Trying to think about other games, if anything. So Kingdom Come Deliverance, the one I mentioned, the medieval RPG, go check it out on their website. It's Warhorse Studios making it. It's going to be on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as well. So that's kind of a cool deal. Trying to think too if there's any other games that I had heard of. Obviously Warhammer, Total War Warhammer's on the way, and I don't know anything about Warhammer, so not sure what to think. I mean, it's a Total War game, so obviously I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, I don't even like free-to-play games, and I'm gonna give Total War Arena a shot. So I mean, clearly I'll give Warhammer one. So let's continue the siege here and just try and drive these guys out of their hidey hole. And then I was thinking about seeing if I could recruit a Kasuga to replace that one. Actually, let's just go straight up for a wooden frigate. So that was unfortunate, losing that admiral there. Let's see where he was at on the family tree. Yeah, it was just one of my generals good. It wasn't like a brother or something that we lost. Still frustrating, but, you know, we'll be alright. Yeah, I can't think of any other games. Like I said, I'll be looking in the comments, though, to see what y'all are thinking of. As far as other stuff coming up, Windows 10 is coming up soon, along with DirectX 12, which promises to be a pretty big lift on gaming performance and stuff, so that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see what Windows 10 is going to be like. I've heard that it may be more like Android or iOS, where they kind of keep the same base, maybe, and just start upgrading it, which I kind of thought that's always what they did with Windows anyway, but we'll see. So that's pretty exciting. The DirectX 12 thing is exciting. The DirectX 12, from what I hear, is going to really change the way like SLI works, too, to where maybe they can even share video RAM. I don't know if you all have heard some of that, but like graphics cards can actually share video RAM. And that you might be able to like mismatch, like they don't have to be the same series of graphics card anymore to go into SLI. So really an interesting idea if it works. So very much looking forward to those changes. That's a good thing on the horizon, I think, for gaming in general. And then also I think there's a Zelda game in development for the Wii U, and I have a Wii U. I actually really like the Wii U. I like it more than my Xbox One, because to me the only entertaining game on Xbox One is Minecraft and Halo, and I can play Minecraft on the computer if I wanted to. But anyway, I like the Xbox One. Okay, like you can play the TV through it and stuff like that. It's not a terrible console by any means. It just they haven't had a lot of good variety of games on it, in my opinion. Now, if you're into like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty and all, yeah, they've got it. But so does every other console, I think. Let's see. I don't know how I ended up on a discussion of other games on this one, but that's fine. You're still getting to watch me play it, and it gives me a chance to say something different than I would have in the last one that I recorded that you didn't end up getting to see because of the corrupted file. What other kind of stuff do you all like? Again, this is just kind of fun. You don't have to comment if you don't want. What do you like doing outside of computer games? So, like, for instance, if you were on Twitter, you saw that I was out at the firing range shooting my M4, and then I took my my pistol out to the firing range. I like to fish, mountain biking, really like mountain biking. In fact, I took Little Air. We got him a bike trailer, and I took him for his first bike ride the other day. It's a lot of fun. And today we took Little Air on his first trip to the pool. So he had a lot of fun with that too. He's 9 months old now too, folks, so really feeling like an old man. He's a lot of fun though. If you ever get to that point in your life where you're like in a position like me and it's time to have kids, it's definitely an interesting feeling. No, it won't be the case for everybody, but for those of you who know you kind of want something like that one day, it's a very nice feeling. He's a lot of fun. Yeah, so yeah, Mrs. Air and I are going to run a 5K here soon. Air will be sweating Crisco because he's an office jockey. But I've done a little bit of exercise and trying to get in decent shape. I'm not looking to be like an Olympian or something, but you know, it's always good to not, like I said, be sweating out burgers everywhere I go because all I do is sit at a desk. So here we go. We are going to give these guys the Armstrong gunning of a lifetime. It would have been great to have my naval fire support here, but whatever. My Armstrong guns are going to make mincemeat of these guys. And then Imperial Infantry and Neil Fire is going to absolutely wreck these guys too. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to put the sharpshooters on the flanks actually. And I'll just keep my Saber Cav ready to protect them. Holy crap. So my Armstrong guns are absolutely ripping these guys up already. And 3 Armstrong guns is going to put an unreal hurt. I'm going to actually start splitting up their fire so that we can maximize the potential here. The Satsuma have not modernized their bodyguards. They got some Saber Cav moving to my flanks as well. I think I'm going to actually fire at some of their Saber Cav on the flanks. Some of this stuff over here because I don't have enough. Yeah, their Saber Cav's moving hard on my flank right now. It's going to get the crap shot out of it by my sharpshooters here. I'm going to actually change my cannon target there. Flash flood warning coming across my phone. Yeah, we've been getting a little bit of rain here in Arkansas. Oklahoma's gotten even more than us. Some parts of Oklahoma have gotten over 30 inches of rain so far this month, which is that's no small amount of rain. Not for this area. I mean, if you're in a tropical rainforest, it may not be that much, but I'm gonna get my sabers up here into combat with all these Generals Hatamoto that are trying to work their way around me. My cannons are continuing to target enemy troops in the center and getting a lot of kills. Okay, we've managed to... I'm going to go ahead and take a few shots. I don't want to kill my own Saber Cav there though, so I'm just going to set up here off a fire at will. Just in case my Saber Cav don't win that fight. Which they may not. Okay, the shooting has begun, so I'm going to gun Bate and then get my general away from there. Because all the overshots... Oh, my Imperial Infantry is just absolutely wrecking. Absolutely wrecking here in the center. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just crashing through. I mean, the enemy troops are just getting absolutely destroyed. I'm going to go ahead and just open fire on these troops over here. Help rout them out. Yeah, look at that. That was just an absolute slaughter of the enemy troops there in the center. My Imperial Infantry gunned them down with expert skill. So, yep, no problem getting rid of them. So yeah, I'll check out the comments, see what you all like to do for fun. I don't know, America's a little different. I like to go fishing, like I said. Fishing's fun. Catfish are fun to go catch. If I lived near an ocean, obviously that'd be a lot of fun too, but... There, I just had a little chat with airtime during this episode, I guess. I guess I was feeling chatty. I'm always interested to see, like I said, I love reading comments no matter what it is that we're talking about. I like seeing, what you all think about the video, about a game, about what I said, about a light. I don't know, it's always fun to kind of just read the comments and get feedback. Trust me, I wish I was a very wealthy man in the sense that if I was, I'd have to throw this gigantic HeirofCarthage viewers party or something. Like fly thousands of people over here and we could all maybe go to the lake or something, have a big barbecue and play some games or something. But obviously I'm not in any kind of position to do something like that. But I actually did. So the first time I ever got to meet a viewer was actually when the Creative Assembly had me come over to Horsham, where their studio is, whenever Rome 2 was in the process of being developed. And I actually remember going to an event down, I think it was a place called the Loading Bar in London, where it's like a kind of a gaming bar where they held this event, and they invited a bunch of people live. And I just remember they were letting people play this code for Rome 2, the development code, and just kind of get a chance to get hands-on with the game. I think it was like the Battle of the River Nile, and then I can't remember the other one they had set up. And it's funny because I was just wearing a Creative Assembly staff shirt. I've still got the shirt, and they were all like thinking, I think they probably all thought I just worked for Creative Assembly, and of course, it's London, and it hadn't been like announced that I was going to be coming over or anything. And I remember going up to chat with one bloke who was playing the game, and I start talking to him, and he's like, "Blimey, you're the heir of Carthage," and I was like, "Yeah, that's me." I'm a little bit weird, I'm not used to that idea. It's pretty humbling to think that many people know who I am, and like I said, it's a big honor for you all to enjoy the videos the way you do, and I enjoy making them for you. So it's definitely been a privilege for me, and a lot of fun to boot. So I think I'm almost done with this episode. We're out of time. We finished our research, which means we can now build the training camp, and I'm going to start researching that Western agenda. I'll get the National Railway thing there. So here we can go ahead and build the training camp, and then a firing school. And we may just, I don't know if we really need to retrain these guys or not. They're already going to be amazing, but we'll see. In fact, I'll go ahead and spend a couple of turns training the Saber Cav, because they don't get an accuracy thing, and then maybe we can finish the training camp. Hope you all enjoyed this episode, and sorry my chattiness today. If you don't like it, I can get back to normal on the other ones, but I just figured it might be fun to kind of chat about what was on my mind, and you're all still getting to see me play the campaign, so you're certainly still getting that. It's a good episode, good progress. We do need to do a couple of things that I'll go ahead and mention real quick. Look at this. I'm actually remembering to upgrade my agents twice in an episode. It's like the freaking Twilight Zone here or something. Let's see. Yeah, so I think we got all my agents, almost all my agents upgraded. Fugu Chef, Subterfuge when assassinating, I like that. Yeah, we're going to take that. Go ahead and unlock those. Alright, yeah, so there's a couple of things we need to do still, and I just want to point those out real quick. We're going to have to come out here and take this island because they are actually enemies to us. They were a vassal of the Satsuma, and then we still need to take this island up here too, Goto Island. So we still need to take Goto Island and the other. I am training another army here that eventually I'll take it over and give it to my daimyo, but I think for the time being we'll use it to just bounce across these islands real quick and take them out. My general's fine for now, even though we've got crap troops. He's keeping up. We can get him some traditional troops here from this dojo that we just built also, and that'll help bolster his army for the time being. And we'll get him something nice. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now. Enjoy the rest of your week, of course. Not that I won't be giving you some videos before then, but see you soon.